Hi, welcome to VisitBasis 2. In this video, we will get acquainted with the functionality of VB2 and view the minimum number of steps required to fully start working in the system. To get started, we need to log into the Office app. For this, we will go to the website www.visitbasis.com and click on the Login button for VB2. Here we arrive at a menu where we have the option to either sign in or sign up. So we click to sign in and then enter our email and click Next. We will get a message with a one-time password consisting of 5 digits. Enter the password and click Next. Now we arrive at the company selection menu. We can either create our own company by specifying its name or select an existing one. So I choose my company to get inside my Office interface. Now we will configure the system. First step is to add users, that is, people who will work with the software in my organization. Here we are in the Users Invites tab. On the top right, I see the button Show Menu. Invite user are single invitations, so I can just fill in email and name fields to send the invite. Or I can use the Invite in Bulk option, where I can copy and paste data from an Excel or Google Sheet spreadsheet. By clicking on Example, a sample spreadsheet will open up, so you can use it as a reference to create your own table. Fill it in, copy the data from this table, and paste it into the text box. Then click Send Invite. In the Invites table, I have now 2 users, Alexander and Igor, with status pending, meaning that they received an email with instructions on how to access the app. Now we need to create a scenario. A scenario is the form that reps will fill in at places. We give it a name, then check the box Use without a ticket or job so that we can create a report immediately, and go to the Questions tab. Here there is an Import/Export button that leads us to the input window and where we can also find an example. In this table, you can see in more detail how various scenarios can be created, the types of verification questions, exceptions, etc. We will just copy this example to create our scenario. Then we will immediately add Jake as a follower to this scenario in order to see what information the reps will see in the app. We have created a scenario. Now we need to create places. We can create them one by one by entering name, address. You can immediately determine the latitude and longitude from an address. Or we can select Import Places. Here we can see an example of which headers we need, so we can fill in our spreadsheet, copy and paste into the field, similar to users. We'll also add a follower to make this place available to a mobile rep. Let's see what the mobile user sees at the current stage. We logged into the mobile app and we see that most of the tabs are empty. No tickets or visits are displayed. But we see the place and we can create reports based on scenarios. This functionality is available because the Use without ticket or job checkbox is selected in the scenario. Now let's consider the option in which we will plan visits from the office. For this, we need to configure 2 more objects. In the Jobs tab, we need to create a job. Let's add a name to this job, then establish the connection between a scenario and an assignee or rep. Here we can also enable the Require GPS on Start function with values for accuracy and proximity. Let's suppose here indicate the maximum allowed distance from the place to be of 100 meters, 300 feet. Then, if a rep is farther than 100 meters, she will not be able to perform the job. The second object is a schedule. We will create a schedule for a user, and such user needs to be a follower of his/her schedule. Now we go to the Visits tab, click Menu, Create a Visit, and select a schedule, a place, and a job. Then we can specify the start date and repetition. So this ticket is repeated, for instance, every Tuesday. In the mobile app, we go to the Visits tab, swipe down on the screen to perform force syncing, We now see that we have a visit scheduled. Let's fill in a form to then view reports. There you go. We go to the Reports tab and see that there is already a PDF version of the report that can be downloaded locally, and we can view all the data that the person has collected during the visit. We can also go to the Answers tab and check out the data. We can view and edit the data that the agents have collected in case there were any mistakes during the visit. We can rate answers as well as comment on them. In the Responses menu, we can download Excel files with data for each scenario. To do so, just click on the name, select the date range, and click on Download. This responses table will accumulate all the data as it is collected. On the Activity tab, by selecting a date range and then selecting a user, we can track his/her GPS records of check-ins as well as places where there were scheduled or completed visits. That's it. Thank you for choosing VisitBasis.